Hi there. You ever noticed that over a few years your tastes can change in things? In my case, I used to always insist on turning a bowl from what I call perfect wood. And by that I mean no cracks, no splits, no checks, no voids, no inclusions, just a beautiful piece of wood. Now, if I turned something that did have a void in it, I always wanted to fill them completely, make them nice and smooth, almost like you couldn't even tell that it was there. But my mind has changed. This was a nearly perfect piece. It had a couple of checks and inclusions that I filled, and it came out beautifully. But now I'm finding that I like things with inclusions and voids, checks in them. Something I can turn that a little unique, because Mother Nature makes every piece of wood unique. So today I'm going to carry on with that. I have another piece that's got some checks, what you would call defects, and I'm going to try turning that and see what I come up with. I hope you'll stick around and let's go see what I can do. As you can see, I'm using Alder today. I start by using a centering jig. Find the center with my scratch awl and then use a pencil to draw the circle. Then I put that on my circle cutting jig and put it on the bandsaw to cut the blank out. Now, with the face of the blank mounted on a faceplate, I'm able to start the turning. it was my intention to not fill any of the cracks or any of the defects, but the one that I'm filling now goes right over the top of the bowl. And if I had not filled it, there would have been no support to turn it, and I would have had to make the bowl much shallower than I wanted it. I have a problem. There's this crack running this direction away from me, and I've filled that with sanding dust and glue, but now when I try turning this, as it comes across my gouge, it wants to chip out. So I'm going to try turning it in reverse, and I'm going to bring my gouge over here, holding the handle very low, trying to get a sheer cut. Not a scrape like I would do if I brought the handle up, but a cut. So let's see if this will work. I've tightened up the chuck on the spindle, and we'll give this a try. Whoa, I guess if I turned it into reverse, it might just help a little bit. Let me give this a shot. I think that's slowly doing it, but as this comes across, it might be slow enough even at 1,000 RPM that it's dipping in there. So I'm going to increase the speed to 2,000 and keep trying it. Well, for anyone who's sitting there thinking, why don't you just fill it with sanding dust and glue, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. It just keeps chipping away, even in reverse. So I'm going to take this off, set it so that this is horizontal so I can get some sawdust and glue in there, let it cure, and then I'll be back. Alright, I have filled this with sanding dust and CA glue, and of course that needs to be brought down now. The amazing thing, to me anyway, is how smooth this is. I really could start sanding this area at 320 grit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get this down that smooth. I'm just going to give it a try now, same technique, and see what happens. Well, it's not beautiful, but it certainly is nice and smooth. I couldn't ask for much more than that. So now I'll just hollow out the bowl, and I'll end up finishing this with sanding. Really feeling like a good time to sharpen. Now I have to be a little careful. I can't simply follow the profile of the bowl here and make it thin at the bottom. I have to keep it quite a bit thicker because I have this flat area and it's coming over there at an angle. If I try to follow this slope, I'm going to go right through this side. So this is not going to be as thin on the bottom as I usually like. It's going to be very thick. In fact, I'm getting close enough here, I'm going to have to start bringing this in now. All right, I think that's thin enough right there on that corner. So now it's time to sand this. And although this is nice and smooth here, I'm going to take down to probably 150 or 180 grit because I need to do a little bit of work, try to get rid of this staining from the CA glue. Well, there's the finished piece. It's finished with Minwax Wipe-On Poly satin. I really like the sheen that it gives. And I still like the natural effects. So tell me what you think. Do you insist on filling every piece, making them nice and smooth and perfect? Or do you like to accentuate what Mother Nature has done? I like this. I will try to turn other bowls that are, quote, perfect, unquote. But at the moment, this is what I'm having fun with. So I want to thank you for stopping in, spending your time with me. I hope you'll come back next time. In the meantime, have a great day in your shop and be safe. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that. I really appreciate the subscribers. It gives me a little incentive to keep going. Take care now. I hope you'll come back next time.